Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. This is Pinky, the housewife. Thank you all so much for being here this Sunday, and happy Sunday to everyone. Happy Sunday. So far, my Sunday is going great. I've been enjoying myself today. All right. And I hope you all have too. But today is Sunday the 29th. Let me look. It is the 29th. Tomorrow starts the Diddy trial again. Diddy trial starts again on tomorrow, Monday morning, on the 30th. Okay. And before I get started, let me go ahead and get the house rules out of the way so we can get started with the matter at hand. Let me welcome everybody to the Pink House. All right. And go ahead and hit that like button. That's the way to keep me in the algorithm and to keep me bringing great content to everyone, to you and everybody. Okay. And subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to Pinky the Housewife, please do so. And if you have subscribed to Pinky the Housewife, go over to my second channel, which is Pink Global, and go ahead and subscribe to that channel as well. Remember, it does not cost a thing to hit the like button or to subscribe to the channel. All right. All that is free. Doesn't cost a penny, guys. So, with that being said, there's no reason you can't do that. All right. And that's going to help me to hit my goals also. Now, let me go ahead and say thank you for all those things that you're doing for me. And now, also, we never know what's going to be happening when we talk about the Diddy trial. Okay. It can be a surprise to even me. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put up my graphic warning content because this is not for everybody, ears and eyes. Okay. So that's why I always call it the trigger warning. All right. So that way you know. And if it gets too hard on your ears, just put those fingers in those ears or cotton balls or ear plugs. Okay. And if you can't see, if it's too much for your eyes, just close your eyes until we're done with that part, and then you can open those eyes back up. All right. So let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. We're talking about Diddy. Will he go home? Because they just did the closing arguments with the prosecution side, which is the government, plus the defense, which is Diddy Dream Team. A team of 8 people he got on that team, men and women. Okay. And they're supposed to be high-powered, smart, very intelligent people. But Diddy is running the show. So go figure. If that was me, I would let them do their job because I'm quite sure they're the ones that went to school to major in law, not me. So I would let them do their job. Okay. But Diddy got to run everything. He's running them. And that's why I would say when it came to the closing on Friday, the defense had a hard time because they had to do what Diddy wanted them to do. They had to shut their mouth and do what they're told. Speak, and Diddy probably wrote out the whole thing for them, what he want them to say. Probably that's why it didn't make no sense to nobody else but him. He probably wrote everything out. Kid me not. Okay? So, now, let me talk about these threats, imminent threats. Okay? A lot of people is ready to get out of there if Diddy is found not guilty. They're ready to flee. They're ready to go. Some people are already left. Some people are already gone. But other people are ready to get out of there, especially all them fake friends that he had. Yeah, they ready to go. They probably already unpacked their bags and ready to go on Monday. They probably already airports are gonna be crowded. Not with just regular people like us, but I'm talking about with a lot of celebrities. So I guess if you want to catch some celebrities, hang out at the airport. You better go to the airports, guys. I don't care. You probably gonna catch a lot of them flying on out of here. They gone. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got Keita here. Bite your tongue. Okay. Kitty, you're the first one in here. Bite your tongue. You now, I don't understand what you're saying here. Can you help me make light of that? Are you talking about did he bite his tongue? Because if you had said hello to the housewife or hello Pinky or hello to somebody before you say bite your tongue, I probably wouldn't think you're talking about me. I probably would be thinking you're talking about Diddy or somebody or maybe the thumbnail or something. But bite your tongue. That's got me puzzled. I want to welcome you, but can you help me to understand what bite your tongue means? Hi, Carlton. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And Carlton, you know what? You're early today. And yes, you are. I like that. Thank you. Now, also, Missy, let me just say something. Let me just do this. Just talking to my baby girl. All right. Thank you, Missy. It is Happy Sunday. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday too. I really do. Now, let me just ask, can you all hear me? Is the audio okay? Let me just put it on my phone just to check. I'm just doing a check. Y'all let me know whether this audio is good. Okay? Because I need to know. Okay. Somebody put in the chat if my audio is good. Because I'm going to play a video and I want to make sure. Because I'm going to play a. Oh, that's okay. I just did it on my phone. It's good. I need my phone charger in here because the one I got in here is, I don't know what happened to it. So I do need my phone charger in here. Mr. said, yes, I can hear you very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Okay. Just get this here situated. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, don't forget now, guys, Monday morning, the judge supposed to go ahead and go over the instructions with the jurors. He's going to go over the instructions on Monday morning. I think around 9 o'clock, as soon as they everybody get in the courtroom and he gets there, I think they're supposed to be going directly to the instructions for the jurors. And then let me just put it up here. Let me just do this, guys. Okay. Now we're on the bottom row. Can you believe it? We have went through this process, U.S. versus the Dittler, the trial process. We have went through this. I remember when we was at the very top jury selection. We went through the opening statements, the prosecution case, the defense case, and we just did the closing arguments. We just did that last week on Thursday and Friday. Can you all believe it? Now we're at the last two down at the bottom, jury charge and deliberation. Then they're going to get a verdict. And who knows? I think they probably have the verdict by Tuesday. Just now, I don't know whether anybody else thinking the same thing, but I think by Tuesday, we're going to have a verdict. Okay? Because this case is moving like pop, snaggle, pop. I think we're going to have that. Okay, because they get the judge is going to go over everything with them on the jury charge and the deliberation. He's going to go over that assignment for them. Okay? And then once he go over that, they're going to be in the deliberation. And I don't think it's going to take them long to make a verdict. I don't think so. I think that verdict is going to be coming pretty quickly. Kid me not. Now, that's the problem we got right now. When I say that's the problem we got, that's going to be the problem. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of people. We talked about this last night now. We talked about this last night. Yes, we did. We talked about this with a former security guard. Okay? We did. And he is already out of the country. Big Homie. Y'all remember Big Homie? He was on Piers Morgan last night. And we was going live last night. And he talked about the fact that he is already moved. He's in London now. You know, he's in London trying to stay, because he know a person like the Dittler, what a person like the Dittler would do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to excuse my eyes itching. You know a person like the Dittler, what he would do. Everybody know the type of shenanigans he fool around with. What them shenanigans are, y'all already know. So you can't say you don't know. You can't say, I wasn't expecting. I didn't think he would do it. I thought that he would do it to other people. You can't say that. He's been doing it for the past over a decade right now. Probably been doing it during the time dinosaurs walked the earth. It was gonna, before he even got here, that was his game plan, before he was even born. So y'all can't tell me that y'all thought he was gonna do somebody else. Think about it. All his so-called friends, all them people that he called friends, all them employees that he had, what you think he was gonna do? When last week, Friday, he did not have not one person, not one friend, not one employee, not one person that's pretending to be his friend. He didn't even have Ray J. He didn't even have Stevie J. He didn't have no back. Not that I'm crying about it. No, I'm not crying about it. But he didn't have nobody. Janetta speaks. Janetta, you know I'm not crying about no Diddy. I'm just trying to say, Janetta, no, I'm just trying to say that where are all them people? You are this, well, you were, I'm going to say was, this big time billionaire. Do this big, all these big fancy parties. I know what Ellen gone. Ellen been gone. The minute this stuff start breaking, the minute they got in your house, the minute her name was mentioned, she packed up. She had a career. She had a whole talk show. She had people that was relying on her. She had people that worked for her. That was their income. That was their job. That's how they took care of their families, paid their mortgage, their rent, the car payment, everything, put food on the table for their kids. She wasn't worried about that. She got the hell out of Dodge. Now, if Ellen can put her whole talk show on how eat us and say, I'm gone, what do you think about the other people? They gone. If they ain't gone, they've been packing up and making arrangements this whole weekend. The minute that closing argument went for the defense, if they wasn't gone in, when they heard that Diddy ain't testifying and he ain't got not one soul, not one demon, nobody that sold they soul to the devil or hanging out with the demons to come up there and testify for him. He couldn't pay nobody to testify. All that money, you mean you couldn't pay nobody to get up there and sell their soul? Well, of course, they'll be selling their soul in front of the world. I can see when they sell their soul behind closed doors. They do that all the time. But selling their soul in front of the whole world, in front of the courtroom with all eyes gleaming on him or her? Where's KK? KK, I'm asking where's you? I know where you are. But inquiring minds want to know. So if I know, then I can let everybody else know where you are. Because Janetta speaks. Janetta want to know. Carson want to know. Everybody want to know. Miss Missy want to know. Because Keita want to know. Everybody want to know. We all want to know. Where are you, KK? Y'all know what I mean by KK. I'm talking about Christina Quorum. So he didn't have not one body. Not one body. That video we played last night, I don't know how y'all felt about it, but me, that video hit the nail on the coffin. That video nailed that coffin shut. That video. If y'all missed it yesterday, I can only say one thing. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry because I needed to see that. And everybody that was in my life today, y'all tell me that video wasn't good. Tell me what y'all thought of that video when Big Homie was being interviewed by Piers Morgan. That video walked this life. I mean, that video, it was facts. That video was truth. That video laid it out. That video wasn't hiding nothing. We all needed to see that video. That video answered questions that we all had. And even answered questions that we had answered ourselves, but wasn't sure whether we was right. Yes, where's KK? Missy want to know. Missy said, where is KK? KK, where are you? Where you going to? Are you going to be in a separate trial from Diddy? Did you get immunity? And then they're going to try you after him? I'm just asking. Just inquiring minds want to know. Everybody's been talking about Big Homie today. They all been, after we watched that video, I'm not lying to y'all, Big Homie everybody been talking about Big Homie. And if they see Big Homie doing what he's doing, I think they all better do it. And let me just tell you, the major news outlets, you know what they've been saying? Let me tell you what they've been saying. I ain't going to say a word. Are there any threats? They thinking if Diddy gets out, if there's a not guilty, y'all better start running. Y'all better start running. But before you run, do you want me to interview you? Do you want to give you my platform so I can interview you so you can plead your case? Do you need to plead your case before Tuesday? Don't be asking me before Tuesday. You better plead your case now. You got today, which is tonight, and you got Monday and Tuesday. Now, let me say now, Monday, they may even come back Monday. They may just want to take an hour and just say what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. Or they may need to Tuesday, but I doubt if they're going to go into the 4th. Now, if they go into Tuesday is the 1st. So y'all better make up your mind on what you're going to do. Everybody in Hollywood, everybody in the industry, music industry, y'all better make up your mind on what you're going to do. Yes, you better make up your mind. If Diddy was clapping them cheeks, y'all better make up your mind. Because when he clapped your cheeks, that means he got control over you. Or he thought he had control over you. Yeah. The Philly rapper from Pennsylvania, from Philly, who is that? Who is the Philly rapper from Philly? The ones that got his cheekbones clapped. You better start running too. Just because you gave him a little bit, and just because he had you in that bedroom screaming like a cat, don't mean you ain't safe, because you didn't stand up for him. You was quiet. All y'all, Ursher, you ain't safe either, because you didn't say nothing. You didn't defend the man. You just said you won't let your child be at his house. So, only person may be safe is Stevie J, but Stevie J, you didn't come and testify for him. Mary J. Blige, girl, You know he don't think nothing of women. And you've been singing this song, oh, Diddy this, Diddy, but you didn't come testify for him. You didn't show up in the courtroom to support him. Y'all better all be running. Hi, Renita. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming into the Pink House. I'm just trying to tell these people what they need to be started. Y'all better go run over there. Go run over here. Y'all better start running. Because this man, y'all got to remember, not everybody is straight in the head. This man been locked up since September 16th of last year. He been eating dirty food and taking a shower in cold water. And everybody in their feet been in that shower. And wearing the same underwear and same clothes that somebody else had up in their jiggles after they got washed. Just because they washed, that don't mean they clean. Okay? So I'm just telling you. And sleeping on the same hard bed somebody else slept on. So you know he already mad and angry. Because his hair and got gray, beard and got gray. He looked like he had shrunk up like a prune. Y'all know he's mad. And y'all think y'all gonna get away? Y'all better be running. Let me put this video on right quick. Because I ain't telling y'all nothing. Because I already told y'all. You waited too late. Don't be waiting too late. This man ain't playing with you. You know he loved to stomp people and kick people. Y'all know that. This is CNN talking here. Okay? This is new. So don't be clowning. Y'all need to learn and listen. So when if y'all ever go to the airport, y'all can say, oh, I need to get Pinky on the phone right now. I need to videotape this for Pinky. You know what I mean? Pinky, and then you tell me, Pinky, I was at the airport, or I was at the store and I saw a celebrity packing up snacks so they can go to the airport. They was trying to get out of Dodge. Yeah. Y'all keep your eyes and ears open for me. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, it's muted. Can't hear that.
Free Diddy. At least that's what Sean Combs' sons want everybody here at the courthouse to think. Now, you guys may have seen about 2 weeks ago, Diddy's son, Christian Combs, showed up to the courthouse wearing a shirt that said this: Free Sean Combs. Well, I was told by a source in the courthouse that the issue was raised. He was told that he cannot wear a shirt with that symbolism. The reason why: you can't wear shirts with messages like that in a courtroom in front of a jury. In fact, if you guys have seen a lot of fans outside of the courthouse wearing shirts that say Free Puff, some of them have been kicked out of the courtroom for wearing shirts like that. Well, fast forward to today. On the defense's closing argument, Diddy's other son, Justin Combs, was wearing a shirt that said, you guessed it, Free Sean Combs. Well, he was escorted outside of the courtroom by a security guard, and then shortly after, he was no longer wearing the shirt. So you guys do the math. Now, Diddy's entire family is here today, right as the case goes to the jury, to support him, and that's not all. Christian Combs, also known as King Combs, he just released an EP with Kanye West. You guys remember that Kanye was here at the courthouse. He was actually sitting in court with Christian. Well, one of the songs that they released is called Diddy Free, and let me just read you a quick lyric. F the world, critics, and the witness. So that says it all. Free Diddy. At least that's...
Okay. Now, let me just tell you this. The first son wore a black shirt that says Free Diddy, okay? He had the little black necktie on it, trying to camouflage, thinking the judge camouflage, thinking the judge is not going to see that. Judge see everything, okay? Judge say, y'all can't pull the wool over my eyes. I know where you at, and I see you coming, okay? So he had to get out or change shirts, whatever. But anyway, and then the next one decide he want to try that. Okay, first his Diddy's twin gonna do it in the black shirt, and then another one decide he want to do it. What do that? If one was told you can't wear it, that doesn't mean because I got money too, but you can't tell me that I'm gonna wear it anyway. You was escorted out and had to pull that shirt off. I hope y'all had t-shirts on another shirt or something, because you came back, but you wasn't wearing that. Okay? But also, let me just say that yes, there is a song. It's already out, guys. Diddy Free. And then somebody said it's called Free Diddy, but she's saying Diddy Free. Okay? So whatever they want to call it. You can go listen to it if you want to. Don't expect my ears. Now, if I do listen to it, it's only for my job, which is what I'm doing now. Okay? They're making new music for Diddy, trying to influence the public. Okay? And the people on the jury, because they think he's probably thinking they go listen to it everything when they get home anyway. But anyway, like I said, y'all can go listen to it if you want to. Now, if I do, it only because I'm doing it for part of my job. Okay? Hello, thank you, Helen. Thank you for coming in. Happy to see you. All right, Renita. Thank you. And Renita, you ain't making no sense right now. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. We're going to take Miss Lady down. Okay. We're going to take her down. Let me just put something right here, because y'all know I keep track of everything I do. What? Oh, I know you didn't. I know she didn't. Y'all, just I know she did not, but she did. So I'm gonna just look at it and just say, that's okay. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna look at it and say, that's okay. Oh, a thumb is like that. Oh, like that. Whatever. Okay. But anyway, let me see. Now, I do have the court docs up. Let me see. Can I share them over with you? So we can go into this like that. Go in. Y'all don't want me to sing. I'm going to just be quiet. Okay? I'm going to just be quiet. Let me see. Can I enlarge this? Oh, Lord. I've been watching it all right. Okay. Okay. Now, this is at the very beginning. Because since the trial have came to a head, yeah, I know you, my girl. I'm your girl. I know. Sucking robot. But anyway, okay. Now, these are the docs. Y'all remember this when this came out. The United States Southern District of New York versus Sean Diddy Combs. And y'all see all of his aliases there, right? He got Puff Daddy, he got a P Diddy, he got a Diddy, he got a PD, he got a Love there. They forgot the Dippler. Since the trial, Ninja got a new name. Can't nobody tell me Ninja don't have a new name. Ninja got a new name. His new name is the Dippler or Nasty Diddy. No, it's not called Nasty Diddy. It's called Dirty Diddy. Dirty Diddy. Now, I got the Dippler from Nancy Grace. Now, ain't nobody gonna take that from her. She came up with that name. That's what she came up with. I'm not gonna take that from her. Miss Pinky, when is Mel and Martell's court date? The dates changed so much. Okay, somebody else asked me that last night, and I said I was gonna make sure I get that. I wrote it down somewhere in my book here. But I got two books. So I wrote it down in one of my books because I do this all the time. See, I got two of them. And I said last night when we was on the live, I was going to go through there and look. I got to go through it and find it. Let me just put these all up here. I got to go through it and find it where I wrote that at. And as soon as I do, I'm going to tell you all. But that is something I'm definitely going to let you all know. But y'all can see how many pages I got to go through. All these pages and find it. And don't nobody do this but me. I write from the back of the book too. Now, I write from the back. I'll flip a book over and start writing from the back before I finish the inside. That's what I do. I write all over the book. So as soon as I maybe try to look through here while we're doing this, when I put another video on, I'll try to look through. Okay. But I do have it written down somewhere because y'all don't know, I write everything down. When I say I write everything down, I really do. But I will. I'll be looking through here. I'm looking through it now as we speak. But I'll look through it as we're going through here. And if not, I would probably, if not, I'll tell you this here. If I don't find it while we're doing this line, I'll try to put out a little short video. I got a little short video of Melanie I need to put out anyway. I got one I need to put out anyway. But I'll go through here. I'll go through all of this here and see can I find it. I'll go through the one that's got less stuff in it first, which is this one. I'll go through this one first while we're talking, okay, and watching the video. And if I don't find it, I promise you all, I will do a little short and release that information, okay? I'll let you all know what the date is, okay? So when I put it out, y'all, please go ahead and when I put it out, make sure you all show love for it by making sure you click on the like button. Let me know that you have looked at it. by putting something in the comments. If you don't want to type in, just put an emoji, something to let me know that you did see it. Okay? And that's a promise. Okay? I'll find the date for you all and I'll put it out. All right? Because you're not the only one that asked. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're not the only one asked. I have people, I think this is the third time somebody asked. I know somebody asked last night too. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done for y'all. All right. Since it is Sunday night. All right. So let's, thank you. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to just go over some of this, but not the whole thing, because I do have some other videos that's going to rock your world too. Okay. So I do have some other video that's going to rock your world. Okay. This is the first count is the racketeering conspiracy. That's the first count. All right. So they've been saying this has been going on for decades. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs have been doing what he does. Okay. All right. The defendant abused, threatened. And see, that's what everybody's afraid of now. If he walks, if he's found not guilty and walks, or if there's a mistrial or anything, everybody is so afraid of the imminent danger, the imminent threat that lies their way. That's what everybody is afraid of. That this man here, the diddler, will be going back into that house right there. They're afraid. So, but anyway, so let's get back to it. So, coercion, women and others around him to fulfill his XEX desire. And most people think racketeering that it's got to, you got to gain something financially from that. Diddy, to me, ain't gaining nothing financially from that. He's spending a lot of money. But what he's gaining from that is pleasure. He gets pleasure in beating, making people do what he wanted to do, making people fear for their lives, making their family afraid. Think of Cassie's mom and dad. Think about people that got children. Think about women that got baby daddies. Think about the other people that got moms and dads and family members. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, everything is not financial for him. It's to get his rocks off. He's getting his rocks off. Because there's nobody in the world would do this as much as this is almost an every week, in my opinion, thing. When you get tired, oh, ain't nobody have FBX that much. But you can if you're on drugs. You can if you're been laced with this and that. Everything has been laced. And he tells you before you even started, I need to find that video of this young lady. He is sick. This is sick. But anyway, so to fulfill his XEX desire, protect his reputation. Now, everybody, all their employees, Everybody, even if you're not an employee, you still had to protect his reputation. He don't give a F about yours, but you better protect his. You better not let it slip. Nothing slip. You may be found in the East River. If you're not already in there, you come up missing, your car and veered off the road, allegedly. Ooh, my shoulder is bothering the heck out of me. And I just took a muscle relaxer to relax it. Okay. His reputation and concern concealed his conduct. When he go in those freak off hotels, those hotels for freak off, you better make sure nobody else know what's going on. That's why he's sending the cleanup crew. Once you're all prepared, you're going to get in there and clean it up. You're going to clean up all this mess. You're going to clean up all that blood, all that semen, all that sweat, all that baby oil, all that funk, all that poop, everything. All them nasty clothes and nasty drawers all over the place. You're going to clean it up. Okay, in order to do so, Combs relied on his employees, resources, and influence, a multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and extraction of justice. And those was his businesses. And we already know what his businesses were. So I'm not going to, if you want to look at it, there it is right there in front of you. His business. His business is right there. Combs Enterprise, Combs Global. Bad Boy is one of them. But there's his businesses right there if you want to take a look up of them. Okay? So let's go on down a little further. Now, I got it big, so if you want to take a snapshot of anything while it's scrolling through, you're welcome to do so. Okay? And don't forget about the physical abuse by Sean Combs, a.k.a. the man with all these names. On numerous occasions, at least in or about 2009, and this continued for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking them, punching them, dragging them, throwing objects at them, kicking them. And we already saw all that. If you look at the tape that CNN dropped, remember that tape? They dropped Sean Combs running down the hallway of the hotel to get to Cassie before she leaves off the floor. She had her back turned at the elevator. She didn't even have shoes on. She was just trying to get out of there because there was another freak off that was going on in the room. So she was leaving whoever that sex slave was in the room and Sean. For she concerned, they can do it together themselves. But she's gone. But then he catches up with her and throws her to the floor. He grabs her from the back of her hoodie and just manhandles her and throws her to the floor. I can only imagine. I understand. Oh, Lord. And he was threatening her. He did throw things at her. He did kick her and everything. He dragged her down the hallway like she was a rag doll. And she's not the only one that he abused. He abused other women, other girlfriends. Okay? Oh yeah, let's look at this part. When down at the bottom, when a member of the hotel's security staff tried to intervene, what did Sean do? He attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. That man decided not to take the money. He didn't want to get caught up in that web of mess. No, he didn't take the money. So that balance, like I said, was not just limited to those women, the top paragraph. It extended to employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. Anybody that didn't do what he requested, you got it too. You got abused too. And can't nobody tell me Mary J. Blige didn't experience some of that. She just, I don't know what's wrong with her. I just don't know. Okay? Okay. Let's move on down. This is Combs Enterprise. We already know what the enterprise is. Okay? Let's see. Whoo. Let me see. Oh, that's the bad boy. Combs Enterprise include but not limited to Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, Combs Global. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Purpose of Combs Enterprise. Okay, the purpose of the enterprise. When y'all think the purpose of the enterprise is like every company, Lord, I hope no one else gets hurt by this animal. Helen, let me just tell you something. These people are scared. And if he is found not guilty, everybody y'all better get on these planes. If you ain't got a private jet or a plane, you better go ahead and book just get on a plane, whether you're flying commercial or not. You better get the rolling. You better get in your car, pack what you can in your car, and go. You know what I mean? The purpose of Comb Enterprise includes the following: operating a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle industries, including, among other things, record labels. I didn't hear no music coming out of there from Cassie. Maybe one song, maybe two, the most. That girl was in the studio all the time, practicing, singing, making up songs and everything. And you didn't hear nothing from it because that wasn't her job. Her job was her job to her. But to the diddler, that wasn't her job. Her job was to be molded, like he said, molds her into a whatever he wanted. And he wanted, her job was a sex slave too. That was her job. Where did I leave off? Record label, recording studio, an apparel line, an alcohol spirit business, marketing agency, a television network, media company. Yeah, he had all those different companies and everything in businesses. But his main thing was, I don't see how anybody can run all this stuff, because he wasn't running. He had other people. And KK was his main person in charge of everything, right? But he had his main person, KK. When he wasn't around to answer anything, KK did the yes and the no and told everybody what to do. You know what I mean? KK. B, preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power, the reputation, and brand of Sean Combs. That was everybody's job. Everybody's job. Not just one person's job. Like they said, when you go to HR, this is Sean's world. We just living in it. Sean is the king of this castle, of this world. And when you come work for Sean, everything you do is for him. Everything you do is for him. Because if he ain't happy, ain't nobody in that company, nobody around him is happy. And the first person that's around him, you may get things thrown at you, hit at you, kicked, knocked out, whatever he gonna do. Yeah. Because you got to protect him. You got to protect Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, PD, Brother Love, everybody. You got to protect nobody but him. C, enriching members, associates of the enterprise, including its leader. Its leader is Sean Diddy Combs. In particular, those who demonstrate loyalty to Combs and willing to conceal his crimes. And they knew he was committing crime, knew this ish wasn't right. These people were willing to go to jail for this man. And we already seen that with Sean. Sean didn't want to go to jail. It wasn't his life work to go to jail. It wasn't. Diddy just had everybody to turn and said it was Sean. Yeah. Sean did not expect Diddy to do that. They're fulfilling the personal desire of Combs, particularly those related to Combs. His SEX gratification, including the extortion of women and the use of commercial SEX workers. And you can't tell me those bodyguards didn't know what was going on. You can't tell me that. That's crazy. That's just like, can't nobody tell me that. They didn't know. Yes, they knew. Can't nobody tell me that. That's just like telling. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's get down to the means and methods of the enterprise. What is the means of that enterprise? The means of it is to make the diddler happy. 12, AK 12. Among the means, let me put my glasses on, by which Sean Combs, the P Diddy, what I was going to say, the P Diddy, the P Daddy, the P Diddy, girl, y'all, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Diddy, PD, Love, Brother Love, the Diddler. Okay? The defendants and other members and associates of Combs Enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs Enterprise, including they did the crimes with him and for him. Diddy always had people to do his crimes, to keep his hands clean. Even if his hands wasn't clean, even if he did it, he would have somebody else take the rap for it. Or have that person pretend like nothing happened. I hear you yelling facts. Diddy ain't going down for nothing. Nothing. Not no shenanigans, no nothing. Even when he pop out that young black woman in the face. Did he go down for that? No. Sean took the rap. Everybody know who did it. And J-Lo should have been sentenced right along with Diddy. J-Lo and Diddy should have been gone together. Wait, let me close my shutters up. Because she's the one that took the pow into the club. And nobody talks about J-Lo. Nobody talks about J-Lo. Wait. Guys, let me do this. But nobody talks about J-Lo. Have y'all ever noticed that nobody talks about J-Lo? Let me go around and do this. It almost like J-Lo was never there. It's almost like she was never there. It's almost like she don't even know Diddy. She never dated Diddy. People forget. And I think that's by design. I think that's by design. Because they don't want their lily white Hispanic. Is she Hispanic or white? I don't know. You ask J-Lo, she says she white. You know, I'm just saying. I ain't bashing nobody because I got them all in my family too. Okay. Thank you, Ophelia, for coming in. Thank you and happy Sunday. Now, let's go on. Okay, let's see. Because I'm not about here to, we're on what, page 6. And these are just 14 pages. Okay? We ain't going to go over all 14 of these pages. Okay? If we do, we're going to do some skimming like we did before. Combs and other members of the Associates of the Combs Enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at Combs' business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended SEX acts with male commercial SEX workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. Freak-offs was elaborate product SEX performance. Oh, no, not products, and produce XEX performance that Combs, Something bit me in my back. Performance that Combs arranged directly. Y'all see that word? Now, let's say we've been talking about this, okay? And I've been saying it from the longest. Y'all know I've been saying this for the longest. Sean ain't into these women. Sean ain't into none of them. What Sean is doing is perpetrating the fraud. He's pretending like he's in a relationship with these women, like Cassie, Jane Doe, and everybody else. And even victim number 3 and the rest of them. I would say he even did it with Kim Porter. Because ain't no one man in a relationship with a woman gonna break her nose, beat her, dating all these other women, passing disease to everybody. And then when she get pregnant, tell her she have to go sleep. She have to sleep with the other men at the top of that little Illuminati thing. Yeah. And she didn't want to. She was told she have to. You have to do it. And she said, no, because you're Sean. You can tell him, no, you got to do it. You know you got to do it. You see what I'm saying? You have to do what you're told. And he get off on that anyway. And what better is to have a pregnant woman. Y'all hear what I'm saying? What better thing? That's a really freak off then. That's like just say this is a freak off. Having Kim being pregnant and sleeping with all those other men or in the organization, that's like way up there. You see what I'm saying? This is the normal freak off or hotel night. This is like up to here. You know, this man was, oh Lord, he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait till she gets so far along to the point it's almost time for you to have the baby so he can experience that again. Why would you want that to happen? Oh, my Lord. I tell you. But anyway, let's keep on. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Okay. With freak off. Freak off was, okay, I said that. Okay, in arranging these freak offs, Combs with the associate members and associates of the Combs enterprise transported and caused to be transported commercial XDX workers across state lines and internationally. Didn't we just say that? Now, by doing that, he just broke one of these things here, right here. 5 federal charges. 1, racketeering conspiracy. 2 counts, sex trafficking. 2 counts, transportation to engage in prostitution. Then we just said, I think we did. And they trying to say, the defense, all of this is lies. This is a money grab. People are just lying because they want some money. Kathy don't need no money. He already got $30 million. Okay? So why would she need to be up on the stand lying? Okay? And what's the other person? Not Capricorn. What's it, Jane? One of them that he picked up and had hanging over the balcony, 17 stories high, and then threw her into the patio furniture. You know what I'm doing? I'm bringing up my book so I can find that. You know what I'm doing. So, if anybody can remember, what was her name? Is that Jane? Because I don't think it was Mia. Whatever. But anyway, don't forget the stylist, the hairstylist. Okay? He did an awesome job, Dante Nash. So women wasn't the only one that was succumbed to Diddy's abuse. Dante Nash, but Dante Nash, he wasn't putting up with too much of it, no. And then don't forget Little Rod. Don't forget the man that's sitting in prison. There's two now. There's one. There's more than two, really. But there's another guy sitting in prison too. The one that won that $100 million lawsuit against Sean. Let me see what his name was. He won $100 million. And he's still sitting in jail as of today. When Sean wants you to sit in jail, you stay in jail. Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to find him right now because nobody ever talks about him. But I did one day. I did a whole live on him one day. Yeah. Oh, what is his name? What is your name? Ooh. I can't remember his name. Now, y'all know this guy is still sitting in jail. He was one of the SDX workers. He's still sitting in jail because Sean ain't gonna let him out. Not that he got control over letting the man out. That's Jonathan Oddie. But the reason he's not getting out because his story aligns exactly with Kathy. He was one of the SDX workers that used to do it with Cassie. Now, this is Cardell Smith. This is the man that won all that money. He didn't have a lawyer. He did it himself. He did all of his paperwork himself. Being in prison makes you pretty smart because you don't have nothing else to do. And I'll go back over his one day. I sure will, because a lot of people don't remember him. But he won all that money. Okay? Yes, he did. And the reason why he filed a lawsuit against Sean, because he said Sean gave him something or put oil or something on him that rendered him where he can't make a decision. That's why they tell you when you're in heart surgery, don't make no major decisions in the next 24 or 48 hours. Rendered him where he could not make a rational decision. So Sean took advantage of him. Yes, he did. And just because he's sitting in jail, don't mean he didn't want to sue. And he sued and he won. Yes, he did. They ain't talking about that, are they? No. See, I tell you things nobody be trying to talk about. I'm telling you stuff nobody want to talk about. Okay? Okay. Let me see. Okay. International. Free calls occurred on a regular basis. Okay. Sometimes lasted multiple days and often involved multiple commercial XEX workers. When they say multiple days, they mean 3 and 4 days. I don't see how somebody can do something that long. I would be tore up, tired, broken down. You have to take me to a hospital. Well, only thing Sean do is get them IVs. It's right here. Oh, Lord, here it is, right here. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victim, Combs kept videos he filmed of the victims engaging in XEX acts with commercial SEX workers. See, that's how he keeps you under control, keep you compliant, keep you coming back. Because when he said come back, you come back. And you be so afraid. And that's how a lot of the women be texting. Yes, daddy, I would love to do this again. When are we going to have our next free call? Wait, hold on. Somebody's at the door. Come on in. Okay, guys, I'm back. That was them asking what I want to eat for dinner. Okay, they want to know how long have it been since I had something to eat, and they had suggested something, but I decided I'd rather have something else. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. What I'm having. Oh, I can't wait to have it. Oh, so I'm gonna have up and finish with this so we can be watching the video while I eat. Because I have not seen the video myself. So just like yesterday, that was top. Oh, that live was that was 1 out of 10. That live was a 10. I have people telling me that on the phone after the live was over. Okay? Oh my God, how much fun they had. It was so good, they were saying everything. And I went to bed sleepy, happy, sleepy, whatever. But anyway, so let's get on to this. So it lasts multiple days, and he actually videotaped them without their knowledge. Now, what kind of ish is this? Okay, and then after the freak off, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exhaustion of the drugs they use. This man had pumped you all so much of drugs and everything, and you so down. You so tired and everything. You have to take drugs. Not to take drugs. You have to have an IV to recover. I would not let that man give me an IV because he may put something in an IV, and next thing I know, I got pneumonia. And a few days later, I may be unalive. I would say, no, that's okay. I'll go to the hospital. When they look at me and see how broke down and tired and everything I am, I'll tell them I need an IV. I would never let that man put an IV in me. You may get pneumonia. Don't take it, guys. Take it from somebody and seeing everybody else got. I know too many people. That got pneumonia. What the heck is Bernie Mac doing with pneumonia at his age and as healthy as he is? What the heck Kim Porter got doing with pneumonia? Half of the people you know, everybody around him gets pneumonia, but he never gets pneumonia. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the bodyguards get pneumonia. Okay, let's pass on. Okay. Oh Lord, look. In about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. And when they say baby oil, they meaning this stuff here, guys. Now, who in the heck gonna have? We're gonna talk about the evidence too. We're gonna talk about this evidence. Okay, we're gonna talk about the evidence. Let's get on to okay. Let's read right here. Doing and separate from freak offs, Combs, among other things, hit, kicked, and threw objects at and drag victims at times by their hair. See, he gets you in a state where you can't function and make rational decisions, and then he beat the crap out of you. Oh, Helen, what you said? Hilarious. Oh, I'm looking for my drink. I forgot they took my drink to refill it. I'm so I don't mean to be. I really don't. That's just Pinky. Okay. I'm serious. This man, right here at the bottom. Y'all look at this right here. I know you can't see it. On the second paragraph, first paragraph, down the last, where it say Combs also used sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating records that he made during the freak offs as collateral to ensure the continuous he wanted them to be obedient and silence the victims. Not just obedience. He wants you to be compliant. Lord, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Let's move on. Let me see. Let's see what else. Did I just see this right? Down here in the middle. Instead, members and associates of the Combs enterprise help. Y'all hear this? These are other people that's helping. Oh, Lord. Okay. Help conceal the violence and abuse by, among other things, assisting Combs in monitoring and preventing victims from leaving locations such as hotels and Combs residence. Yes. Okay, wait. Let me come on in. Okay. Yes, good. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Remember Capricorn said about the jury, they thought she stole it. And they kidnapped her, took her to a abandoned warehouse, kept her there for 5 days, I think. This woman had no change in drawers to put on, no change in clothes. What if she? I ain't got nothing to say. Thank you. I'm a good storyteller. I'm reading what I see. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. Okay? I tell you, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about this. But they keep you from leaving. Remember, Mia was living in the house because he told her that's where she had to live if she's going to work for him. And then she couldn't just get up and leave when she wants to. She had to give permission to leave like she's a 12 or 13-year-old kid. Man, he's out of his doggone mind. There's no way I'll be living in somebody's house. Heck no. Mm-mm. And with Kathy, he had that apartment for Kathy. Kathy couldn't get up at will and leave when she wants to. Because he had bodyguards watching her, every move she makes. Now, these people are lost their doggone mind. Okay, let's move on down. Now, at F, employees witnessed his abuse and other threats Combs made. I ain't got nothing to say. There's no way. Oh, Lord. The minute I see anybody coming off acting crazy like him, you be looking for me. Because, Pinky, I will not answer no phone. You ain't going to find me. I quit. I quit so early on. You wouldn't even have time to even finish my paperwork in HR. Because I quit already. No harm done. But I just quit. Why? I don't feel like working right now. I'll come back to work when I feel like it. I don't want to work right now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, on down. Let's go to the racketeering conspiracy. Because y'all know that's one of them right here. Y'all know that's one of them. Racketeering and conspiracy. Isn't that right at the top? Racketeering and conspiracy right at the very top. That's number 13. Mm-mm. For at least in about 2008, though on about the date of the filing of this indictment in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. Sean P. Diddy Combs, Sean P. Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Diddy, Sean Diddy Diddy, Sean the brother love, whatever you want to call it. The Diddler. Okay. Okay. The defendant and other known and unknown being persons employed by and associated with the Combs enterprise described in paragraph 6 through 12. We're on paragraph 13. So we went through it or passed it, one of them. This indictment, an enterprise engaged in the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired. Lord, oh, I have to move from here. Confederated and agreed together and with each other to violate the racketeering laws of the United States. Y'all can read the title yourself and the section and the code yourself because I'm not reading that. This is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct of the affairs of Combs Enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activities, as that term is defined in Title 18. Now, y'all can read the rest of that. I ain't going through the rest of that. And I'm going to skip over A because it said multiple acts involving kidnapping. I just said I was going to skip over it, didn't I? Okay, well, I read half of it. Multiple acts involving kidnapping, chargeable under the following provisions of state law. Okay. B, multiple acts involving arson, chargeable under the following provision of state law in California. That they're going to just say the same thing again. C, multiple acts of robbery, chargeable under the following provision of state law. D, the same thing. Tampering with a witness, victim, or an informant. That's D. C, multiple acts indictable under Title 18 related to forced labor. F, related to sex trafficking. G, okay, related to transportation, to travel from purpose of prostitution and other legal sex activities. And then you go down to H, multiple offenses involving the, what is this? Provision with intent to distribute or distribute narcotics, controlled substance, including cocaine. And y'all know all these different, I'm not going to read all those different drugs on my channel. Okay. 14, it is a part of the conspiracy that Sean Combs, the defendant, agreed that a commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activities in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise. They only need to commit 2 of these acts. 2 acts. I didn't say 3, 4, 5. I said 2. Didn't say 1 either. I said 2. 2. I didn't say it. That's on the paper. That's in the indictment. So, okay. Can't say Pinkie said nothing. Pinkie didn't know. Pinkie just telling you what she just read, okay? Commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise. Notice a special sentencing factor. What page are we on? 10. We only got 4 more to go. From at least in about 2009 up until and including or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere as part of this agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of the affairs of in the affairs of Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Sean Combs and all his aliases, all his other names, the defendant agreed to in affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, and solicit by any means a person knowingly in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threat of force, fraud, and coercion, as described in Title 18. And any combination of such means will be used to cause the person to engage in a commerce as the X Act in violation of Title 18. Number two is quick, guys, very quick. This number 2 is the XEX, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. This is victim 1, and victim 1 is Cassie. Okay, the grand jury further charges. Now, this is Cassie. They're talking about Cassie. All right. 16, from at least in or about 2009 up to and including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs and all his other names, the defendant in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, and solicit by any means a person knowingly in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion as desired in Title 18 in the United States Code. Okay. I'm not going to go through all that. But, okay. Section 1591 E2. In any combination of such means would be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial XEX act. Okay? And attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same. Combs recruited, entice, harbor, transport, and maintain a person, victim 1, and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused victim 1 to engage in commercial XEX act, knowingly in reckless disregard of the fact that victim 1 was engaged in commercial SDX act as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. Okay, we're almost done, guys. This is count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, count 3 is short 2. All right. The grand jury further charges. We're on number 17. for at least one in or about 2009, two and including in or about 2004 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. Sean Combs, aka all his other Diddy and D Diddy and Diddy this and Diddy Love and P Diddy and Diddy whatever you want to call him, the diddler. The defendant knowingly transported an individual. This is the same thing. Aided. This is the same thing we just read in count 2. Okay, let me see if anything different in here. Okay, I'm going to read the last sentence here. Where do I start? The defendant knowing transported an individual in state and foreign commerce with the intent that the individual engaged in prostitution and attempted, aided, and abetted and willfully caused the same. Combs transported, aided, and abetted and willfully caused the transportation of female victims and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution. That okay. Okay. I'm trying to see. Okay, we're gonna go on down. Now we did do the 3 counts. We did do the 3 counts. Racketeering, conspiracy, SEX trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. We did do the 3 acts, guys. Okay. Let's go on. Let me see. Wait now. Okay. Let's look at 19. As a result of committing the offense, legal in count 2 of this indictment, Sean Combs and all his aliases, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States pursuant to Title 18, United States Code, Section 1594, and all property, real and personal involvement in, use, or intended to be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of said offense in any and all property traceable to such property in any and all property, real and personal, constituting of derived from proceeding obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of property involved in said offense and proceeding traceable to the commission of said offense. Oh, Lord. Okay. 20. As a result of committing the offense, what is this? Count 3 of this indictment, Sean Combs and all his aliases, the defendant should forfeit to the United States pursuant Title 18, United States Code, Section 2428, in any and all property, real and personal, constituting of the or derived from proceeding obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offense in any and all property, real or personal, that was used or intended to be used to commit or facilitate the commission of said offense. Any and all property, real and personal, that constitute or is derived from proceeding traceable to the commission of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency, representing the amount of perceived traceable to the commission of said offense. Okay, let me see. Where are we? Guys, we're on the last page. We're on page 14. Yay. We're on the last page, guys, page 14. Okay? And y'all can look at 14 all you want. Y'all can look at 14. Okay? Y'all can look at 14 all you want. All you want. You can look at it because I am tired. A, talking about cannot be located up on the exercise of due diligence. Ooh. B, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third person. C, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court. Ooh-wee. Somebody getting in trouble. D, has been substantially diminished in value. Or E, has been commingling with other properties which cannot be subdivided without difficulty. Only, I think somebody's doing things. I think somebody's doing things they shouldn't be doing. Okay, it is intent. It is the intent of the United States to pursuant to Title 18, United States Code, Section 1963M, Title 21, United States Code. I'm tired of reading these codes to seek fortitude of any other property of the defendant up to the value of the amount fortitude property. Okay, that's it. Now, all these titles, y'all gonna have to figure them out. I ain't gonna do that. United States Attorney, right there at the bottom, Mr. Williams. Okay, thank you. We just got through with, and the reason why I did that, went through that with you all, is because we are at the last days. Starting tomorrow and Tuesday, we're going to be at the last days. The jury get the they get to deliberate. They get the charges tomorrow. They get the charges. Sean Diddy charges tomorrow, and they're going to do deliberation tomorrow. And we may get an answer, a verdict tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm looking at one Tuesday, but I'll be happy to get one tomorrow. They can go in there and come right on out and say, guilty, all I'm concerned. Okay? Now let's do this here, guys. I need you all to listen to this. Okay? I need y'all to listen to this. Oh, Lord. You are welcome, Miss Helen. Thank you. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to listen to this, okay? This is Suge Knight. Yes, I said Suge Knight. I said Suge Knight making shocking predictions in Diddy's trial and reveals surprising information about Diddy. Now, he didn't do this last week. He didn't do this last month. He didn't do this Friday. Guess when he did this? Today. Didn't I tell y'all I was going to have y'all another video? Didn't I say yesterday that video shocked us to death? It gave us some real information. And didn't I tell you when I come back tomorrow to do a live, I'm going to have another video for y'all? Yes, I did. I said that. And I'm here to deliver this information. Any videos that I do, That information would be down in my description box below my video. So if you need to go back, you can. Okay? This is with the art of dialogue. I watch them all the time. Okay? So here we go. That information is going to be down in my description box under credit, because he get full credit because this is a video and it's very short. It's just 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Now y'all can hang out for 9 minutes and 41 seconds. And I say you can't, because I say you can. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Suge Knight. He said this today.
Suge, I gotta ask you about this Puffy trial. How you feeling about it, man? What's your prediction?
Well, you gotta remember one thing. Diddy is an FBI informant. He's been one a long time. So I don't believe that.
Well, I'm going to start it over.
Puffy trial. How you feeling about it, man? What's your prediction?
Well, you gotta remember one thing. Diddy is an FBI informant. He's been one a long time. So I don't believe that he's gonna go to prison. And if he do, it'll be for something very, very small. It wouldn't be nothing what the people think. I don't think he's gonna go nowhere long. And at the same time, you gotta look at it. The best witness they had is KPD. KPD been informant for a very, very long time. And KPD is getting ready to go to trial for the murder of Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
KPD said it. Everybody else know it. And KPD says the money came from Puffy to kill Tupac and myself. So if they really wanted Puffy that bad, KPD could have deal with them, got on that stand, and broke it down. That'd have been the RICO right there. That'd have been murder for hire right there. And so on. KPD's son is dealing with Corey. Corey is the guy that started Bad Boy with Puffy, with drug money. Corey go to prison. I think he got life for the drugs. Puffy got Corey pardoned. Corey lives in LA. We never knew about Corey. I never knew how Corey looked until recently when a bitch sent me the pictures. Now, Corey is in the line being living out here. Corey giving KPD's son money to help KPD. If the dots don't connect, what do? Why is it a guy who went to prison for selling drugs, probably got him a pardon? You from New York? Are you from the East Coast? Why are you hiding out on the West Coast? And why are you worried about how much time KPD gets? Why are you taking? You don't have no money. You got the money that Puffy gives you. So why would Puffy need to give KPD's son money to help his father? That's the question right there. Corey has been dark for a long time. What I mean by dark, he been in the cut. But you know, the oldest game in the world. If you like the bitch, and the bitch know, and the bitch is where you lay your head at. When she leaves, when you lay your head at, who you think she calling to let know where you lay your head at? It's a dangerous game. So when you put all that together, if the answers are there, how could you not say they don't want to see Puffy get life? The FBI is the most powerful people in the world. It's government. They have great prosecution people. Look at the prosecution rate. I think it's maybe 92, 98%. If you was just looking at it, you wouldn't think the prosecutors, as great as they are, that they was really trying to get this man off the streets. Me personally, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves to make their life better. If God can forgive, who am I and you people to feel that we're bigger than God? I just know this. If I was Puffy, I said it a long time ago, I'd have taken it in my own hands and humanized myself. He had no felons. They're not talking about the drugs if they know he's being drug trafficking. They're not talking about scratching the serial number of firearms. They're not talking about nothing. They basically just, these are two things that happen. Either they're just saying, we rocking everybody to sleep. The public, Puffy, his attorneys, and we just gonna outright railroad him because we can. Or they're not doing a hard job because they don't want him to get life because he did too many great things for them. But still, if I was Puffy, I did some time and got out the way. Because if he go in there and do a little time, he was going to feel he paid some debt to society. He'll start off where he left. If he get no time, the street's going to know the deal's been cut. If he get no time, nobody in the industry is going to fuck with him. It's going to be a bad problem for him because Puffy got to have security 24 hours a day. It ain't Puffy can get out of jail and start his own car up and drive around and live life. Him without security, he know he don't bought time. So he had to have security. Him without drugs, shit, he probably wouldn't be able to have a conversation with nobody. He probably wouldn't be able to look nobody in the eye. He probably wouldn't even be able to bag a bitch. So those two things, it's a must. Those two things are very expensive. There's not one person in the world that can't beat drugs. I'm going to say this before I go. If you look at the industry from the 60s to now, every artist has a drug dealer that get taken care of by the majors.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, it's just certain things that certain people can go down the street and they'll pull us over. Certain people can go down the street, they know they got cocaine on them, they know they got pills on them, they know they got drugs on them, right? And they know they got guns on them, but they're not going to fuck with them. You get a guy can be on the podcast and talk about all day how tough he is. And he's a little man and know he got to carry a gun. And the gun's not his gun because he don't want to have a gun. They're not going to pull him over. If they do pull a gun on him, they're not going to do anything. But at the end of the fucking day, Puffy is going to surprise you guys. Because what you think he's going to get, I don't believe he's going to get. When it comes to KPD, if Puffy don't do well on the promises he got to keep doing, somebody's going down. It's going to be somebody that has nothing to do with Puffy case. It might be a motherfucker in L.A., New York, Miami, down south. It's somebody that the FBI wants. And if Puffy can bring them down or get out and bring them down, that's what he's going to do. Corey probably working on it right now. That's probably why he posted up in L.A. trying to see who's doing what, who moving what, who's selling what, who killing who. Because at the end of the day, why would you want to be in the lion's den? You have to be way out here to tell on people if it's not your people. Because you know you can't go back east and tell on your own people. So you don't be on the West Coast to tell on our people. That's the way it is. That's what it's going to happen. And pretty soon everybody will know.
Whoa. So y'all want to know about like your first day? How your first day going to be in Texas prison? You want to kind of know like how this shit going to go? Like, okay, look, brother. First of all, you're going to get on the bus. You're going to leave your county jail, and they're going to tell you change. You signed for your time already. You're going to get on the bus, and you're going to take a ride. That's what they call that long ride, that long trip. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a ride like you're going to be handcuffed to somebody else, and somebody else you don't know. Ain't no telling what they going down, what they in there for. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to be on this bus, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be on this bus ride. You're going to be riding. You're going to be riding. And, you know, some people be on there talking about what unit they come from, what their crime was, what they did. But, you know, then you're going to have some people that's just going to be quiet. You feel me? Getting their thoughts together. Because you're going to the big house. You know what I'm saying? You're going to where people, you're not in the county no more, to where you can bind out people in there for petty crimes. Some people in there for serious crimes, but most people in there for petty crimes. Now you're on your way to a real unit. And when I say a real unit in Texas, I'm speaking about Vito, Ferguson, Telford, Styles, McConnell, Briscoe, Rhodes, Clemens, Bill Clemens, Baby Clemens. We're talking about a real unit where you're finna go somewhere where you're in a cell. You're not in dormitory. It's not bunks. I be seeing a lot of units like around the world, like other prisons around the world, where it be bunks, and that's dangerous though. But like in Texas, when you want a real unit, you are in a cell. You are in a cell with a setting. You know what I'm saying? So you handcuffed on the bus and you get there. And as soon as you get there, it's Operation Emasculate. It's Operation Break a Man Down. Like that's what the white people got going on down there in that system, brother. They're trying to break you down through the door. Like that's what I mean, brother. When you get off the bus, you get chained to an unmanned, they unchain you. From there, you get naked. Like, no. It's gonna be about maybe 30 of y'all to 50 of y'all. They tell you get butt naked. Like you're gonna get butt naked next to another nigga you don't know. And you're gonna be there with your hands over your bars, and they gonna tell you, no, put your hands by your side. And right there at the back door that you pull up on, you get searched under your nuts. They gonna tell you to squat and cough. They gonna be all in your ass, making sure you ain't bringing nothing. They all under your balls. You know what I'm saying? They trying to see behind your ears. They run your hand through your hair. You know what I'm saying? Then they tell you line up. They say nuts to butts. That's what they say. Get nuts to butts. So you lined up with a man in front of you butt naked and a man behind you butt naked, a stranger you don't know. So you like, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Brother, they do shit to where you like, bro, it's people in the world that probably never been in prison that's on some, nigga, I ain't going through that, nigga. Like, gangsters, like, I'm looking at when I first went down, I'm young, nigga. I'm looking at other niggas like, nigga, y'all going for this? This is normal, like, I'm fucked up like this. But this is what happens. Boom, from there, you go in the building, bro. You go in the building, you go through the system, you go in a bullpen. You know what I'm saying? I want to say they give you a jumper, but as you going in, you get your jumper. You go in the bullpen naked with these strangers, with probably like 20 a piece in the bullpen. And now you get in your clothes, they bring in your clothes. They already know what size you're ready. Bring your clothes, you put your clothes on now. After some time, though, you ain't here butt naked with these niggas for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Which is regular in prison because you go into the shower with 30 other niggas and you butt naked. That's once you in there. That's an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? You in there. So anyway, make a long story short, then after that, they cut your hair bald. They cut all your hair off. They shave all your face and cut all your hair off. Everybody's skinhead in that hole. I'm talking about Operation Emasculate. A man, like they just want everybody to look the same. They don't want you to look no different from nobody. They don't want you to be handsome for them whole nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's your first day in prison. You ain't even walked down the hall yet and went to your block. Okay, boy, you get your shit. You walk down the hall, you go to your block. You solo? Because they asking where do you bang and where are you from? You know what I'm saying? Those are the two questions being asked. Which one get asked first and second depending on what region you in Texas. Because some units in Texas are cityplex units. So it's going to be the first thing you're going to get asked is where you from. Because it's Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Valley, Corpus. So depending on what region you're in, it's going to be determined what question get asked first. But both of them questions get asked, gang. Both of them questions get asked. Now, if you land on a certain region in Texas, North Texas, South Texas, East Texas, West Texas, then the first question might be what you bang first. But both of them questions get asked. After it's what you bang, then it's where you from. But then sometimes if a nigga asks where you from, it's already going to let them know what you bang. And then a nigga might ask what you bang. And based off what you bang, a nigga already know where you from. That's how it is in Texas prison, bro, your first day. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't bang nothing, then it's like, you don't bang nothing, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like niggas trying to figure out, not fuck where you from. A nigga that you don't bang nothing, what you bang? I don't bang. The where you from after that is trying to see if you good. Is your city gonna ride behind you? What hood you from? Where? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what you bang? What you bang? What you bang? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? What you bang? But to have to say, like, I don't bang nothing, you get put on an investigation right there to see if your manhood's getting tested quick faster than a gangbanger. A gangbanger manhood getting tested, but he more so gonna get watched first because he got a gang, like he's part of something. So they can't just move on him. But he can go too. You know what I'm saying? He can go too. But it's like if you don't bang, it's like, where you from? You got any hood nigga? Now I'm asking because do you got any hood niggas in this whole night? You know what I mean? So it's like, what you bang? Where you from? Where you from? What you bang? So after you let a nigga know where you bang, it's like, okay, what you bang? I bang this. Okay, your people over there. Don't be one of them niggas that's too stiff or too gangster. Nigga, my people ain't in here. I don't know none of them niggas. Nigga might tell you again, like, bro, what are you still doing over here? You said you banged this, right? Bro, your people over there. Why are you standing right here? If you don't go over there that next time, you automatically get looked at like a lame. You scared. Like, why do you say you banged this? If you didn't go in and check in with your people, that doesn't see the things that people make you look gangster out here in the world. They make you look weak in prison. So like all that, I'm standing on my own. There's no such thing as a gangbanger that's doing his own thing. If you part of something, you automatically got homeboys that's in your business. Why you sitting right there? Why you eating with him? Why you been talking to him? Why was you talking to the laws? Ain't no, I'm a gangbanger, but I'm just one deep. That shit is looked upon as some scary shit, gang, in prison. So when they niggas, people over there, go over there and check in with your people. Hey, bro, I'm from right here. This is what I bang. This is what it is. If people gonna tell you, okay, hey, brother, you got your shoes with you? You know what I'm saying? You got your shoes? Okay, you gonna get your check. And depending on what you bang and where you from, that is gonna depend on how your check go. You feel me? But I'll get into that maybe probably the next video. You know what? I'm gonna give y'all that right now. If you a blood or a crip, you 9 times out of 10 gonna get you a 3-man lineup, 1-on-1. One nigga, about a minute. Next nigga, for about a minute. Next nigga, for about a minute. 3 1-on-1.
I guess Diddy got to learn this fast because they're gonna ask him, What you banging? Some of them words, it took me a while to try to figure out what he was saying. It took me a while. First day in Texas prison, but Diddy is going to be in prison, and I guess state New York. What prison do y'all think he probably going to end up in? I don't know, but I know there's a prison across the water. I don't know what the name of that prison. It's almost like you can't get off it because you're on a little island on the prison. I don't know. What prison do you all think he's going to end up on? Anybody that know New York? I don't know. But this man is trying to explain to him prison, okay? Prison life. Okay. He was doing a good job. But let me show you all this. I definitely want to show you all this here. This is with TMZ TV. Okay. Y'all remember the stylist, Dante Nash, the stylist. Okay. But this is something I just want y'all to see. Okay. I had it in the lineup for us to see this video. I always got stuff in the lineup for y'all. I really do. This is on Instagram. All right. This is on Instagram. And here you go, guys. I mean, unmute it. Y'all ready? We're ready.
Working on? What are you basically doing? Could you give us more insight?
Yeah, man, I got a book coming called Behind the Stair, man, and dropping a bombshell in there, man. And
what can you give us any kind of insight?
this is the only thing I'm gonna say. If they say that I died of pneumonia or anything in that sort, or if I
What did he say? If they said that he died of pneumonia, I'm eating. Told y'all, people die of pneumonia these days. Healthy people dying of pneumonia. I guess after this trial is over, a lot of people are going to be passing away due to pneumonia. Y'all better go get your pneumonia shot. Go get it. Go get a pneumonia shot. Go to the doctor or pharmacy or whatever and tell them you need a y'all better go get it. Okay?
mysteriously end up missing somewhere, you know why? Because what's in the book, man. I'm that guy who stood up
Right.
to the monster, man.
Right. Okay.
And
Could you-
at the end of the day,
Right. Who would you be referring to as the monster? I guess.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh. Okay.
Straight up, Sean Diddy Combs.
All right.
He's the devil.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're gonna see how the court case goes.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna speak truth, stuff that's never been revealed before.
Right.
Everybody think that stare was just for TV. Nah, man.
Right.
This
Oh
is
wait,
for-
the stare you talking about, the viral stare that y'all.
Viral stare from the floor, bro.
Okay. Oh. Right.
Yeah, from the floor, bro.
So did that, or so something? There was something bigger to this stare, basically. It wasn't just you was looking at him crazy.
Absolutely. And that's what's gonna finally be told. So this book is for those who said, you know what, there's something deeper about this.
Huh.
Yeah. The day.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just getting here. That doesn't matter. You're here. Like number 24. Thank you, sweetie. and I'll do a replay. Okay. All right. I can understand. I hope you enjoyed the video, the live last night. It was really, really good to me. I really enjoyed that and had a lot of fun. So I was bringing it to y'all again tonight. Okay. All right. How did I get off him? Let me go back and find him. Oh, here it is.
Basically doing, could you give us more insight?
Yeah, man, I got a book coming called Behind the Stair, man, and dropping a bombshell in there, man. And
What? Can you give us any kind of insight?
this is the only thing I'm gonna say. If they say that I died of pneumonia or anything in that sort, or if I mysteriously end up missing somewhere, you know why? Because what's in the book, man. I'm that guy who stood up
Right.
to the monster, man.
Right. Okay.
And
Could you?
at the end of the day,
Right. Who would you be referring to as the monster? I guess.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh. Okay.
Straight up, Sean Diddy Combs.
All right.
He's the devil.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're gonna see how the court case goes.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna speak truth, stuff that's never been revealed before.
Right.
Everybody think that stare was just for TV. Nah, man.
Right.
This
Oh wait,
is
the stare you talking about, the viral stare that y'all?
Viral stare from the floor, bro.
Okay. Oh. Right.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
floor, bro.
So did that, or so something? There's something. There was something bigger to the stare, basically. It wasn't just you was looking at him crazy.
Absolutely. And that's what's gonna finally be told. So this book is for those who said, you know what, there's something deeper about this.
Huh.
Yeah. The day before, I was invited to a party that I didn't show up to.
Oh what? Wow.
Andre Harrell came to my hotel and told me I need to be at this party.
Oh wow.
Yeah. God bless his soul. But, you know, Diddy had his workers.
Right.
And I said, I'm filming in the morning. I'm not going to no party. For what? They said, if you want to win this show, you need to be at this party. So that stare was literally like, my God, we really playing this game?
Huh.
Yeah, man. So the thing is though, what came after?
Right.
What came after all that?
What did come after? Because did it affect your career by not going to this party? Okay.
Definitely. One thing about Diddy, he hates the word no. He don't like being told no, bro.
Huh. So you told him no?
Absolutely. I didn't show up to the party.
Did you not at all go to any parties that he had?
None of his shit.
So you've never been to a Diddy party?
Never been to a puff party.
Okay.
Never been to a puff party. But some girl named KK comes to me talking about, you're disrespectful for not even showing up. And you playing with fire.
KK, are you referring to KK, the assistant, his former
One of
assistant?
his white lady, one of his
Okay.
ladies, I think it's like his, they call her KK. I think her real name is Christina or something. Because it's been going on. People trying to blackball my careers and things in that nature. If you don't sign to me, I'll make sure you don't never pop. That type of shit, bro. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I hope justice is served. But you know, we're in a celebrity-driven world, so with all the nodding to the jurors and all that, I'm sure the jurors are scared too. Like, you know, they want to live. If I could tell Puff anything, get right with God, bro. Get right with God, man. Get right with God. Shame on you. Shame on you for hitting Cassie, bro. And then you put up this big old video talking about, oh, it's a lie, man. Listen, bro. Shame on you, bro.
We've heard you have a new book that you're working on. What are you basically doing? Could you give us more insight?
Yeah, man, I got a book coming called Behind the Stair, man. And
That was good. Didn't I tell y'all I have some stuff for you all? Didn't I tell y'all? I got things for you all today. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I came to deliver again like I did last night. Last night was too good. Too good. Now let's go over. Now I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I really don't know. Now the judge supposed to give the jurors the charges so they can do deliberation, right? And then that's on Monday. Now on Tuesday, we may get a verdict, we may not. We may get a verdict on Monday. All bets are off because I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to be up Monday morning ready. Okay? Y'all know I don't like getting up early in the morning, but I'm going to be up and I'm going to be ready. Don't tell me, Pinky, you got a long live going on. Yes, because I'm not going to miss nothing. Like Friday, I didn't miss nothing. That live was long because everybody was doing that long live during the middle while they was doing the trial. When I say everybody, I mean CNN, MSNBC, all the big major news outlets. I'm not saying I'm one, but they was doing those long lives to catch everything from the beginning to the ending. I was waiting on the ending once they come out the courthouse. So I was wanting to leave. I kept saying I was going to leave. Thank God I stayed. Where's my pickles? I just realized I didn't get my pickles. I've been eating all this time with no pickles. Not one pickle on my sandwich. See here? Not one pickle on this. I just thought about that. But anyway, I'm not going to miss it tomorrow. Last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I'm not going to miss. Now, we may go on to Wednesday. I don't know. But I'm just saying Monday and Tuesday. Okay? But I'll be there no matter when they go. Okay? I'm going to be there. Now, let's talk about the evidence. Okay? Let's talk about the evidence. Okay. We're going to talk about these evidence. This is what USA Today. Okay? Okay. The most shocking evidence photos of the Sean Diddy Combs trial, from GUNS to baby oil, to the pop out to the baby oil. What you say, Miss Hurley? Pickles. I asked for pickles to go on my sandwich, not one pickle, but that's okay. I'm still gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat good. They know me. Okay. When I put my avatar up, that means I'm eating. But we're going to talk about this evidence here, and I'm going to be eating at the same time. So you see, the first thing is Kid Cudi's car, right? Yes, you do. Kid Cudi's car. Okay. That's the top of his car. That's where that Molotov cocktail went down. They split that roof. Now, it said the government put forth an array of evidence during this case against Sean Diddy Combs, who faces federal sex crime charges. These are some of the shocking photos of the evidence during the New York trial, including photos of a Porsche owned by rapper Kid Cudi that was set on fire in 2012. Okay, so let's look at them, and you can tell that they all got it in the right hand corner at the bottom. They got that little tag on it, that little sticky government exhibit. It says government exhibit, and then they have the exhibit number. So we're going to look through those. That's the inside of the car. And you can see the bottle still sitting in there. Mm-hmm. Can't drive that car again. That car is what I call total now. Can't drive that again. I wouldn't drive it. And then this is another picture of the car from a different angle. I wonder, did he ever replace this car? You know, with insurance, get a new car. I just wonder. No, I know I would have replaced it. It said the Porsche owned by Kid Cudi that was set on fire in 2012. Oh, now y'all know what these are here. This is Sean Diddy baby oil and that lube. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this says. Homeland Security investigators raided Sean Diddy Combs' Los Angeles estate located in the wait, I'm still eating. You spoiled. Oh, okay. I'm sure he did. Okay. 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 He lived in Homeby Hills neighborhood near Beverly Hills, California, on March 25th, 2024, and in June 2025, the prosecutors for Sean's criminal case shared photos from the raid with jurors, appearing to show lubricant, firearms, powders, unspecified powders, and dozens of bottles of baby oil. Y'all see that? He got nice case. He got his baby oil in. And then this looks like a drawer. Yeah, it is a drawer pulled out. And it's showing all the lubricant and 2 bottles of baby oil in there. But look at all that lubricant. He got more lubricant. Oh my Lord. And somebody said that lubricant, he used it to rub himself down so it can slide and glide easily. But don't baby oil do the same thing? Yeah, I'm asking y'all, don't baby oil do the same thing? It helps you to slide and glide easily, right? Or otherwise, it just make you slip and sliding. You be slipping all over the floor. You be trying to rub yourself down, and you be slipping and sliding, rubbing, slipping and sliding all over the floor. The bottles of baby oil and the lubricant found in March 2024 raid on Sean's Los Angeles estate. So he had it at the Los Angeles estate, plus at the Miami home too. Oh Lord, this man got baby oil everywhere. Stacks of baby oil. Y'all see all this baby oil? Huh? Y'all see all this baby oil? Stacks of it. And lined up like you go into a store. You know how in a store they got it line by line. Ooh, my Lord. Baby oil, bottles of baby oil found in March 2024 raid at the Los Angeles estate. Let's see what's in the boxes here. Boxes found in March 2024 raid on Sean Los Angeles estate. I wonder, Is this baby oil too? I can't read the type on the boxes. It's either baby oil or lubricant. It's one of them. And I bet you this is some of the baby oil boxes. He get this stuff shipped in, boy. And then we got, see, these are the evidence. And this is, okay, y'all, these are the pow-pows, okay? Firearms found in March 2024 raid on Sean's Los Angeles estate. These are the pow-pows, okay? These are some of the pow-pows that was found. And y'all can see them sitting in the chair right here. They're sitting in this chair right here. There's some. Oh my God, look at all these here. He shouldn't be having this. Firearms found in March 2024 raid of Los Angeles. Oh, so this is in California state too. What are you trying to do? A vest, bulletproof vest. Oh my God. Firearms and gun paraphernalia found in March 2024 raid of Sean's LA home. Y'all see that the vest. Y'all see it? Oh, now this is the other stuff here. This is the This is unspecified powder found in March 2024 raid in LA. Let me see. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 small bags. Then they got the big bag with the yellow paper in it. Then they got a Homeland Security bag next to it. And then they have writing, a piece of paper with writing on it. I guess that's to detail all the different stuff in these bags. Y'all see that? This is too much. Too much. So this is the evidence. Okay, now what do we have here? You see what say LA? So I guess that means the LA home 2024 0266. Now what the 0266 means, I don't know. Evidence found in March 2024 of Combs LA estate. I don't know what that is. Do anybody may have a guess of what this is? Do anybody know what this the stuff is with the what a white paper, yellow paper is? Because they didn't put a name on what it is. And I'm just wondering, do anybody know what that is? If you do, let me know. Then we got the Sean Diddy Combs was arrested September 16, 2024 at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York. This photo provides the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York shows Homeland Security investigation discoveries in the room where he had been staying. Oh, this is the stuff that's in his room. So this is what Sean Diddy Combs had in his room when they arrested him downstairs. You remember downstairs as he was coming into the lobby of the hotel, they arrested him. Oh my God. Now you know you're getting ready to go turn yourself in. That He flew to New York so he can turn himself in, but he didn't get a chance to. They did a surprise maneuver on him. They went picked him up early, right? But you shouldn't be taking no drugs with you. He got drugs with him at the hotel room. That's that pink stuff. Everybody talk about that pink stuff. There it is right there, that pink stuff. Okay. Now on his bottle, you know, one of the names he normally go by when he there to pick up, whenever he's trying to get prescriptions and stuff, is Frank Black. And also that's one of the names he used when he's registered, trying to register for a room. Frank Black. So a lot of his reservations would be under that name too. That's one of them. That's not the only one he got. He got many more. But Frank Black, clozapine. I think I pronounced that right. Clozapine, 1 milligram. Take 1 tablet by mouth daily as needed for, I can't see. Not take with something else. I don't know what that is. But this is from a Walgreens. This is from Walgreens here. And this is, I think this Walgreens address is 301, I think, Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 670. I think that's it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the Walgreens, and he's going by Frank Black. Okay. This is cash found in Sean's Park Hyde hotel room after his 2024 arrest. So this is money that he also, so let me just say, this is what he had in his room right here the day he was arrested. This is more stuff that he had in his room the day he was arrested. And this is money he had in his room the day he was arrested. That's a lot of cash. He got, I see some hundreds, right? I see that's 100 right there. And that looks like some eye drop there. Yeah. This is getting him in a deep problems here. This is Homeland Security investigates Sean Diddy Combs' Miami estate on March 25th, 2024. And photos from the raid were shared with juniors and Combs' commercial trial in May 2025. So this here was a pow that was found at his residence. Yeah, found at his residence. Okay. Now this, let me see what I'm trying to read the bag and see what the bag says. I can't read it. I can't see it that good. But anyway, this is a pow. Okay. Found March 24th at Sean Combs' house in Miami when they did that raid. Those are bullets in there too. It's a pow, but those are bullets there. Y'all see them bullets right there? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord, this man getting this. He got more stuff. Okay. These are some more pow-pows found in March 24th, raid on Combs' Miami estate. He got more pow-pows than a man know what to do with. You see that? Okay. Here's some more. A magazine found in March 2024 at the raid on Sean's Miami estate. Yeah. I'm just showing you the evidence. At least I can do for you, since we've been going through this for a long time now, guys. We've been working through this. Okay, now this is the baby oil and the lubricant found March 2024 at the raid at his Miami home. See? And he even got the little ducky. I want y'all to see that little ducky. And let me tell you, see that little ducky, that little yellow ducky with the green head and orange beak? It's two of them. You got two yellow duckies, right? Right after they showed this picture, okay, let me tell you, Tim. Right after they showed this picture, that little ducky became famous all over again. Became famous because of being in Diddy's box of lubricants and baby oil. Right after that, every time I go searching the internet, I see that little pop up. They be showing ads. That yellow ducky was always popping up. Yeah. Okay, this is another evidence found in March 2024 raid on Sean's Miami estate. So this is another. It got look like $100 bill. Something in a little white package. Look white. They got some pink stuff in a packet, clear packet. No. Oh, there it is, right there. Better picture of it. That's the $100 bill. I guess that's where they snorted through. Okay. I'm just guessing. I'm just taking a wild guess. What I think I've been hearing before. This is some unspecified powder and cash found in the March 2024 raid at Sean's Miami estate. Now, this thing here, I don't know what this is. Evidence found March 2024, Miami's estate, Combs Miami estate. I don't know what that is. And I see the second word, it says honey. I can't really figure it out. But whatever that means, I don't know. It must be important because they took a picture of it. Now, evidence found March 24th at his home in Miami. What is that? Are those rocks? Are those rocks? Okay, good night, sweet tea. Thank you for being here. Love you. Have a good sleep. Those ducks, what? Are you serious? Those yellow ducks that we was just looking at. Those yellow ducks are vibrators. Oh my God. See, I just learned something. Y'all see these yellow ducks? Here's two of them. I just learned something. What are these guys? It looks like rocks. I don't know, but I really want to know, what are these? Anybody can tell me, let me know what those are. And these look like some brown pills. Here, these are evidence found also in the March 2024 raid at his home in Miami. They're brown. I know there ain't no vitamins. He ain't got time to be fooling with no vitamins. Oh, Lord. And these are some more little pills. But first, before you see the pills, there's something in this little plastic bag. They look purplish, a lavender, look like stones or something. Y'all see those? And then over here on this yellow thing, yellow cloth, there's some pills. There's 5 of them. 5 of them. These are found. These are, it said pills found in March 2024 raid in Combs, Miami estate. So these are pills. Now that's Diddy's box. This is Diddy's box, guys. This is evidence found in March 2024 raid in Miami. That's Diddy's. What I said, that's Diddy box. Yeah, that's Diddy box. Okay, here's the box open. So with the box being open, we got, okay, it's marijuana. Okay, they got marijuana in it. Drug paraphernalia found in March 2024 raid on Sean Miami estate. So that big old bag y'all see, that's marijuana. I hope I said it good enough because I'm eating. Okay. But then they got some boots. Now, don't ask me why they got these big old boots. These boots look like the boots. Well, they look better than the boots Kanye wear. Kanye West, his boots are ugly. Now, these ain't cute, but they look better than the ones that he wear. This is evidence found in March raid again. Now, what are these? I don't know. They look like phones. They look like phones, cell phones. These 3 things here. Oh my God. Here we go, guys. We got the blue pills. We got 5 of the blue pills. We got 5 of the pink pills. Then you got some type of brownish color. One looking yellow and 2 white pills. And then these 2 little white ones here. Then you got a long capsule looking white one. That one looks yellow. But that's it about all the evidence. That's it about the evidence, guys. Let me make sure I got everything that I was going to make sure y'all have. And we're going to watch one thing before we leave. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. We're going to watch one more thing before we leave. This is with it's on site. It's underscore on site. This is so I'll let you all watch it. Okay. Let me just get it pulled up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let me make sure I get it. Let me get it. Come here. Trying to make sure I get the last one before we go to bed, guys. Okay, y'all ready? Let me get it ready for you. Okay, here we go, guys. Prequel. I thought it was White Map. What? Let me get that one down. It don't give you no sound. It didn't. Okay. Let me get rid of that one. Just give me 1 second again. Okay. Give me 1 second. Have you noticed Diddy been putting on a lot of videos lately himself? Coming from his camp, he's been putting on a lot of videos. A lot of videos. And those videos is him trying to persuade. What he's trying to do is persuade the public and everything. That's what I think. That's in my opinion. He's trying to persuade everybody. But you can't persuade everybody. Some people know they're not going to change their mind at all. They know what you did and they're not changing their mind because their mind is set. No matter what you come out with or what you trying to say and everything, they ain't going to change their mind. I'm trying to find it, guys. Y'all just give me 1 second. Just give me, is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. They've been talking about this for a while. They have. They've been talking about this, and I haven't heard it since last week. Since last week. So I want you all to hear about it too. Okay? This is not long. This is P. Diddy and his son sued for brutally game RAPE, an explosive lawsuit claim. Him and his son. It ain't just say him and his son. Are you training your kids to be like you? I hope not. I hope not. This is with Law and Order with Jesse. And then this will be taking us out, okay? Unless something pops up, okay? But here we go, guys. Oh, I need to bring it over to you. And remember the video we watched last night? It just blew everything crazy. Well, here it is again. And this information will be down in the credits, okay? Below my video. Here we go, guys.
A bombshell new lawsuit that involves Sean Diddy Combs, but isn't against the disgraced music mogul. As Diddy is listening to closing arguments in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial in federal court in New York, his son, Justin, has been hit with a lawsuit by a woman who claims that he lured her to Los Angeles to be raped by multiple men, including his dad, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this isn't the first time that Justin has been.
Right. Did we hear that right, guys? Now, he lured the woman to be F.A. multiple men, even if that's just nasty. That's just, you know what kind of thing is teaching these kids that, well, ain't teaching, that you taught these kids to be? Lord of man. Somebody help them kids out.
Named in a lawsuit with his famous father. We're on the case presented by Law&Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. How about the timing of this new lawsuit involving the son of Sean Diddy Combs? It was just in the hours after the government on Thursday finished their closing arguments in the case against the disgraced music mogul that we learned about this new lawsuit against Sean Combs' son, Justin. Justin is one of Diddy's 7 kids. Here he is with his dad's arm around his shoulder. Justin has been in court supporting his dad, just as his siblings have been over the past 7 weeks of testimony. Now, listen, whatever your feelings are on Sean Combs and whether you think he's guilty of the charges that could put him in federal prison for the rest of his life, you just have to think how difficult it must be to hear about all the sexual exploits of their father. But if you believe the allegations I'm about to tell you in this new lawsuit brought against Justin Combs, Justin apparently was very aware of his dad's lifestyle. The new lawsuit that just dropped was filed by a woman from Louisiana who says in 2017, Justin Combs coaxed her to come to LA because she says that Diddy's son promised her a job in the entertainment industry. She claims the two had met on Snapchat, and Justin allegedly asked for explicit pictures, and she sent them. The woman, who's not named in this suit, says when she got to LA, she was raped by several men, including a certain music mogul now at the center of this high-profile, historic trial in federal court in Lower Manhattan. Yes, Sean Diddy Combs. The alleged victim claims that Justin invited her out west for a weekend to talk about her career. But when she got there, she says she was kept in a house in Beverly Hills. And according to the lawsuit, things seemed fine at first, but when she allegedly asked Justin Combs if they were going to leave the house, he said no. She claims that Justin Combs offered her alcohol, pills, and weed, and she thinks that the weed was laced. Now, you can see in those allegations some of the comparisons in this lawsuit to the so-called freak-offs that we have been hearing about for weeks at the center of the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. The woman says after she took the drugs, 3 men entered the house and all of them were wearing masks. Now, it's unclear what kind of masks the men were wearing, but when I read that part, I thought about the testimony of Sheree Hayes in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, the escort known as the Punisher. He testified that during a freak-off, Sean Combs allegedly wore a face covering that he likened to a Muslim hijab. In the lawsuit against Justin Combs, the alleged victim says that she knew that one of the men was Diddy just because of his mannerisms, but how about this? She also knew it was Diddy because she says that Justin, as his dad, entered the home to allegedly rape a woman that he brought to LA, called Diddy, quote, Pops. Now, we see on Justin's social media that Pops is the phrase that he often uses for his dad. In this lawsuit, the alleged victim claims that she was led to a bedroom where she was allegedly told, quote, you better let this happen or else. Then she says that each man took a turn raping her, calling it a, quote, brutal gang rape. After that, she was taken to an airport on Monday and flown home. Not only is Diddy facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison if convicted of all the charges in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial, there have been nearly 80 lawsuits filed against him in civil court. Many are still active. Several of the lawsuits accuse Diddy of sexual abuse and are filed by people who are not giving their names, just like in this lawsuit that we're talking about. This also isn't the first lawsuit that Justin Combs has recently faced. Justin was named in a suit brought by music producer Rodney Jones, who goes by Little Rod. Rod claims that Diddy coerced him into sexual acts, and you can see the suit also names Justin Combs and accused Justin of covering up a shooting in 2022 at Little Rod's studio in LA with his dad. In May, a judge did dismiss Justin from Little Rod's lawsuit, so he is no longer facing those allegations. As for the lawsuit filed in the hours before his dad's attorneys were to make closing arguments, E! News reports that Diddy's attorneys have denied the allegations, but it's unclear what Justin's response is at the time of this recording. Joining us now is criminal defense attorney Will Corman. Always great to have you on Law and Crime. Thanks for being with us. What stands out to you in this lawsuit that Sean Combs is named, but also his son, Justin.
Well, it's interesting. I think that the connection to Sean Combs is pretty tenuous. You know, we've gone through this all. It almost seems the one connection to Sean Combs they actually put on him is the allegation that Justin called one of the masked men Pops during the course of the assault or just before the assault. That's it. The other connection, obviously, is that Sean Combs is Justin Combs' dad. So I think it's a bit of a stretch. You know, again, we're just receiving these documents now. We're just going through this lawsuit now. Perhaps there's more out there, but it really doesn't seem that way.
And of course, people who are victims of sexual violence, you want them to get their justice. We have seen dozens of lawsuits filed against Justin's dad in the wake of when he was indicted for the trial that he's on right now. How do you go through these lawsuits and understand who's telling the truth and who actually has a case that could be heard in court? Someone like Cassie Ventura, when you see that video from 2016, or you do look at some of these Jane Doe lawsuits and you wonder how many of them are true.
Look, as a criminal defense attorney, it's my job to be cynical, and it's my job to, you know, review everything with a pretty jaundiced eye. So the question really becomes are there corroborating facts and circumstances from Jump Street that make sense? So for example, if this lawsuit is alleging that something happened in LA during a specific period of time, do we know that Sean Combs was there? Do we actually know that he was present in LA? These things aren't difficult to find out, but it's those baby steps to trying to build the foundation of a lawsuit to see what's realistic that really matter in a case like this. And as you so correctly said, we want victims of domestic violence, of sexual violence, and so on and so forth to actually be compensated accordingly. Unfortunately, when we have circumstances where we have somebody famous who's been charged with crimes, we have somebody famous who's been sued, there can be instances where other folks jump on the bandwagon. And I'm not suggesting that's what's happening here, but it is something that everyone needs to look at skeptically.
Right, absolutely. If you were to bring a lawsuit against someone like Justin Combs, or any of these, you know, and even the cases involving his dad, and you're bringing a civil suit, what facts do you need to have? I mean, certainly if you have a victim who says that this happened and they're ready to, you know, they're able to provide some corroborating evidence that something happened, what do you actually need to be able to go to the courthouse and say, I'm filing a lawsuit against this person?
I think that you need to have somebody who's willing to state under oath that this is what happened to me, that this is what I'm alleging, these are my damages, this is how it's impacted me. And as an attorney, again, I would want to make sure, especially in a lawsuit like this, where it involves a high-profile person, but quite frankly, in any lawsuit, that there is some corroborating information out there so that my lawsuit isn't tossed out of court pretty quickly.
And reading through this complaint, it mentions several other lawsuits. You have the lawsuit from Rodney Jones, who's known as Little Rod, and Sean Combs is facing that lawsuit, and his son was named in it, but has since been dropped. What do you make about it having all these other different cases and elements brought in? What is the attorney here trying to prove?
Well, it almost appears as if the attorney is saying, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. So here are all these other lawsuits, and I've reviewed the complaint, and they talk about them in some detail. They don't just list them. They say, this happened on this date, and this person sued Sean Combs here, and this person sued Sean Combs here for this set of facts and circumstances. And they're essentially trying to say, because there's all these other lawsuits, you should give this one a stamp of approval, because again, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Tony Busby, his law firm is bringing this. He has been in the civil world a very, very prominent name. For those who don't know him, and you work in criminal defense, what do you know about Tony Busby? Knowing that it's his law firm bringing this, what does that tell you?
I don't think that the Busby law firm is taking these allegations lightly. I believe they have the resources to do their own investigations prior to actually filing these suits. So this isn't some, sole practitioner who's trying to jump on the cottage industry that's been created around suing Sean Combs. I think that they have the ability to investigate this. They have the ability to decide whether or not they want to take on these cases. And I think that does lend some credibility, albeit not a ton, but I think it does lend some credibility to the facts and circumstances surrounding it. In other words, this alleged victim didn't just walk in off the street to some random law firm who then is saying, oh, we now have the ability to sue Sean Combs. This is someone who's been down this well-trod path before and probably knows exactly what the pitfalls are in suing somebody as prominent as Sean Combs.
This lawsuit came down at the time we're recording this, came down last night. So that was a couple hours after the government finished their closing arguments against Sean Combs. And as we're recording this right now, Sean Combs, his defense team is giving his closing argument. What do you make about the timing of this? It's against Justin Combs and Sean Combs' name, but it's happening right in the middle of maybe the most pivotal part of this entire trial.
I don't exactly know what to make of the timing of it. I think it's interesting. I think that I'm a little surprised that it's come out so late, but sometimes, we don't know what led the alleged victim in this lawsuit to break their silence and to file this lawsuit. Perhaps they were watching the testimony or reviewing the testimony in the criminal case and said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what happened to me. Perhaps they said, they listened to the testimony and they said, there are so many victims here. I believe that I am one too. We don't know what prompted it. I think the timing is interesting, but I don't know that I can make anything of it as we sit here right now.
I think of recently you had Tyler Perry, prominent name in Hollywood, very different case, but accused of sexual violence and sexual harassment, workplace harassment with an actor who had worked on one of his shows, and the actor provided text messages in the complaint. This doesn't have that. Very different case. But the fact that there's not that visual evidence that we can look at, and I don't know what type of visual evidence would exist in a case like this, but the fact that we don't particularly have those, does that take away from the weight of what this lawsuit may actually be in the end when it comes to the truth?
Well, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here because the filing of a complaint is just simply the first step. And all the complaint needs to do on paper anyway is set forth the factual allegations that are enough to sort of not get the case thrown out at the first few stages. And that bar is pretty low. So there may be tons of evidence surrounding these allegations that aren't in the lawsuit. They don't need to be in the lawsuit. Again, there needs to be just enough to get us through those first few steps. Excuse me.
As Sean Combs, we're awaiting, once the jury gets the case next week, and then we'll see what the verdict is. But guilty or not guilty, he's going to be dealing with a lot of civil cases that are still pending. What does the timeline look like for Sean Combs? Let's just say he's found not guilty of everything. What does the legal timeline look for him? How long could he be dealing with the issues related to all these civil suits?
That's a great question. First of all, I don't think he's going to be found not guilty of everything. So that's a separate issue entirely. Yeah. Having said that, again, different jurisdictions have different statutes of limitations for sex assault victims to bring lawsuits within which, or timelines within which they can bring the lawsuits. And so again, depending on where allegations come from, those statutes of limitations can be very long. It also matters on how old the alleged victim was at the time that the incident took place. For example, there have been a number of states which have extended statutes of limitations for minors who were sexually assaulted. Those statutes of limitations are much longer than for adults who've been sexually assaulted. So it really does depend. And I know that's not quite answering the question, but I suppose the easiest answer is it could go on for quite some time.
And you look at this complaint, the complaint is for sexual assault and battery, gender violence, negligent supervision. I think a lot of people would look at this and they'd certainly, if all of this is true, what a horrific experience that this victim went through. Why is this not a criminal case?
That's a great question. And I suppose that this victim could have brought this to the county attorney's office or whatever local prosecutorial body there are. We don't know the answer to that. Perhaps quite frankly, we simply don't know the answer to that. But it's also important to remember this, that Sean Combs is named in this lawsuit. I have reviewed this lawsuit. The connection to Sean Combs is pretty thin from a legal standpoint. It just is. So we don't know why this wasn't brought forth criminally. Perhaps the person decided they would rather seek their own form of justice from a civil standpoint. Sean Combs has a lot going on criminally right now, and perhaps it wouldn't even be prosecuted. Again, if he's found guilty of all these offenses in federal court in New York, Sean Combs is going to prison for decades. He's 55 years old, not that old, but he's still going to prison for a very long time. So I don't know that the LA District Attorney's Office or whatever prosecutorial body is out there would bother pursuing criminal charges if Sean Combs at age 55 just gets a 30-year sentence federal.
And for Justin Combs, and I assume he'll have, I don't know if he has a trust or an inheritance or how he financially makes a living. Certainly it's part of being in the circle of Sean Combs. How does he pay for an attorney? Is that have to come from it? Because I think if Sean Combs is found guilty and all this money, and he's got a lot, but maybe we don't know how much money Sean Combs has, frankly, but we know that it's going to a lot of these cases. How does Justin Combs defend himself? Does this get wrapped into, if his dad's going to have to defend against this, is it a 2-for-1 when it comes from the defense side?
It could be. We certainly don't know what the corporate structure is of Bad Boy Records and all the other entities that are named as defendants in this lawsuit. I have a feeling that Justin Combs will get counsel. I have a feeling that Justin Combs will get excellent counsel. How it gets paid for is probably something we'll never know, but it's not as if, he's going to be flipping through Google looking for a lawyer to represent him on this.
And even if a lawsuit has no merit to it whatsoever, and this is more just a hypothetical question, because I think some people do look at some of the Tony Busby lawsuits, and there's an idea of like all of these are just a money grab. And we'll see, to your point, a very prominent name who is representing alleged victims to Sean Combs. But if someone were to file a lawsuit that's fruitless, you still, as the person who is being accused in that lawsuit, would have to pay for an attorney, have to show up in court and kind of play along. Is that like you have to play along with the lawsuit until it's dismissed?
Sure. You can't read a lawsuit and say, this is garbage, crumple it up and throw it away and then ignore it. It doesn't work like that. You would have to get a lawyer who is able to get in front of a judge and explain to the court why this lawsuit is frivolous and should get cut off at the soonest possible opportunity. And as I said, there's now a whole cottage industry surrounding these Sean Combs lawsuits. There just is. So no one can afford to simply ignore this lawsuit and pretend it didn't happen. It needs to be addressed, frivolous or not. Again, I certainly don't know if it is frivolous, but regardless, everybody who's named as the defendant here does need to take it seriously.
For this plaintiff, beyond assuming, Diddy's defense has said that there's no merit to this story. We haven't heard at the time of this recording from what Justin Combs, his representatives are saying. Right now he's sitting in court listening to the closing argument that his father's defense team is making. But beyond a witness's account, and she says she was there and this happened and it was horrible. And if there's no other evidence and it's a complete he said, she said, how does that play out in civil court?
So again, it's enough. A victim getting up on the witness stand and saying, this is what happened to me, that's evidence. Now, a jury may want corroboration, but there's no requirement that there be any. And that's the job of opposing counsel, right? To say, well, how come there's no DNA? How come there's no text messages? Where's all the proof other than the victim's testimony that this happened? And that's what they would argue. But the fact of the matter is it is enough. There's no requirement that there be something else out there, some smoking gun, literal or figurative, to show that this actually happened. If this witness is able to get up on the witness stand, go through direct examination, go through cross-examination, if the jury finds that that person is credible, that's enough.
And lastly for you, kind of an on-the-spot question. If you had to guess how much Sean Combs' legal fees are for fighting back on these civil cases, ballpark, what would you think?
Are we talking about just the civil cases? Or are we
well, let's start with civil first, because then he has, the starting, like the all-star team of lawyers on his criminal side as well. And I'm sure that's not cheap.
The 2025 dream team, as it were.
Right.
I can't even begin to imagine what this looks like. I just can't. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars, at a base level. $100 million if we're throwing in the criminal cases. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Because I think too, like even if you were to, not be able to afford a top flight lawyer for even one of these cases, and that lawyer, doesn't win in court, and Sean Combs is found guilty of one of these sexual assaults that he's accused of. I mean, the reputation there, on top of everything happening in the criminal case, would be damning. So it's a lot of money, to say the least. We'll see how this one plays out. Will Corman, it's always great to have you on Law and Crime. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law and Crime. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify. I'm Chris Stewart.
Okay, that would do it for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I truly did. Now Monday we will be covering Monday morning Sean Diddy trial in New York. We will be covering that, and so I hope to see you all on my live for that. I'm going to get up early. I'm not going to be missing anything. I'm going to get up early so we can be on it. Okay. So see me Monday. That will be June 30th. Okay. And then Tuesday. Now, June 30th, remember, the jury's supposed to be getting charges in deliberation on Monday. Hopefully we get a verdict by Tuesday. I'm thinking we will. I'm hoping we get one on Monday. I hope they go an hour and come back with, y'all know what I'm hoping. Okay. But if not, Tuesday. Trial is set to be ending soon because we got the 4th of July weekend coming up on the 4th. And so, guys, be with me tomorrow. And I enjoyed having you all here. And make sure you all hit that like button going out. If you have not hit it yet, hit it going out. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for being here. All right. And you all know how we do it. Diddy, now we asked, were there any threats if he walks, threats to his so-called friends, his friends? Y'all know his friends. Is he going back to his house? Is he going back? Are people in danger? All right. So, but you all know how we do it going out. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid.